Hi, Kaylee. I am providing you feedback for your informative speech. I'm just doing a screen share. Give me a second here. All right. So here is your informative speech. And I did see that this was a live recording of a 6-minute speech that went over 6 minutes. I'm going to talk about the time a little later. But I did see that you were in the same, you did your speech in front of a online audience and you had 6 people. You also showed me your note cards and a few things. Even though this was an online audience, you may have perhaps realized that this was way different than the way you did your uh, the kind of audience engagement that you had when you did your first speech, right? Your storytelling speech. So please remember something is that just because we have the online audience format, uh, uh, it doesn't mean that our engagement level or our stage presence needs to be kind of altered or changed. Or in other words, if you had gone back from the camera, I would have been able to see your gestures. I would have been able to see your movement. I wasn't able to see any of that. I was just able to see your face and like half of your torso. So you may want to think about this as this kind of compromised on your delivery skills. Okay. So yeah. So first of all, another thing is that I also saw that none of the audience members were pinned. So you kind of shared the same amount of space with them, which seemed distracting for me because my eyes were going to your audience and I just needed my eyes to focus on you. So that's another thing. You need to pin yourself, and the audience members should appear in the gallery view, either in the bottom or at the top in small images, and you should have the maximum space on screen. So that's another thing. And then when you are on screen, remember to do this. Uh, Give me a view which would let me comment on your gestures, on your hand movement, on your movement from one part of the room to another. Maybe just kind of decide for yourself that you're going to move around a little bit, not too much, but meaningfully 3 zones, so that it kind of you kind of show the audience that you are moving between in different zones, that, and in other words, to give them the same amount of attention to each zone. All right. So those are certain things that you could have done. All right. Now, next thing is that I'm just going to give you feedback on your delivery skills. Your audio quality was good. Your visual quality, nothing that I say needs to be improved there. I think both were okay. Here in your audience strategies, again with eye contact, I did see you looking at the screen, and I didn't get a chance to really comment or think about your eye contact, because that would have been much more much more relevant, or much more if you had gone back from the camera and then you were engaging with the audience like I had seen you in your first speech. That would have given me a much more stronger opportunity to comment on your eye contact. Here you were just looking at the screen, we're very close to the screen. Vocal variety, yes, absolutely, you had great vocal variety. I didn't see any use of gestures or movement. You had good facial expression, and your use of descriptive and engaging language was excellent. All right, now moving on to your here to your flow of speech. I think the pace of speech was great. The flow of speech was very effective, like a conversation. In this speech, just like your last speech, you have a way with words. You really know how to use repetition well. You know how to use your rhetorical. I would probably say that rhetorics, as in personification, your rhetorical questions, your repetition of certain phrases very well. So that kind of made it conversational as well. You also effectively used silence silence. I don't know whether it was in key places or not, but you did use silence, and that kind of also led me to think that there wasn't any kind of vocalized pauses that were distracting. I didn't see any of that. So here, really, you really did well with the flow of the speech, as you can see yourself. All right, now I didn't see any visual aid. I was wondering what happened with the visual aids. That was about 10 points. There was no visual aid at all. In terms of time, you were about I would probably say you finished the speech with the note cards and everything. I took off like 30 seconds there. You probably finished the speech at around 6 minutes, 45 or 50 seconds, which is a little bit more than the required time. The required time was 6 minutes, and you had about 30 seconds to go over. You went even over that. So I did not take off any points for that one, but please be cognizant of time from next time. All right. Hope this is helpful. Thank you.